Alibaba, the dark web of e-bikes. The gamble if you're gonna get what you ordered or nothing at all. Because right now, there's this trend where people are going on Alibaba, seeing these electric dirt bikes like an Ultra B or an LBX for half the price and saying, yo, I just found the cheat code. And look, I'm not here to say everything on Alibaba is a scam, but a good 90% are. There's a dark secret about Alibaba electric dirt bikes that most people don't realize until it's too late. So without further ado, let's get into it. Do you guys like the dramatic effect with the flashlight I got? It's pretty scary, isn't it? But anyways, time to turn on the lights. I like them off. Now first I'm going to explain what Alibaba actually is. First things first, Alibaba is not a bike store. It's not like Amazon. Alibaba is basically a supplier marketplace, which means you're not buying from a brand. You're buying from a factory, a trading company, or a random reseller who might not even know anything about the bike. And this is the first part about the dark secret. Woo! A lot of these brands you see on Alibaba aren't real brands. They're just a name slapped onto a generic frame. Here's what people don't realize. You'll see 10 listings that look like 10 different bikes, but it's the same bike. Same frame, same motor casing, same battery case, just different stickers, different names, and different claims. One will say 15 kilowatts race edition, another listing will say 20 kilowatts ultra pro, and the bike looks identical because it basically is, and that leads to the next problem. This is where Alibaba gets people. Because a lot of the specs they advertise are technically possible, but they're written in a way that makes the bike sound like a literal Stark killer. For $3,000, you'll see stuff like 72 volt, 80 miles per hour top speed, 200 kilometer range, 15 kilowatt power. But here's the truth. A lot of these sellers use peak numbers. And if you don't know what that means, it just means the max power it can go, like going downhill, meaning that the 15 kilowatts might be for like 1 second downhill in perfect conditions, and that 200 kilometer range, yeah, maybe if you're going 10 kilometers per hour on flat ground in eco mode with a 90-pound rider. It is that deep. So if you're buying based off the listing alone, you might be thinking you're getting like a Stark bar. Then it shows up and feels like slightly faster Razor scooter. Now let's talk about something that happens way more than people admit. The listing might not be like the bike you receive. Some sellers will use prototype photos, edited photos, or best version photos. But then when it ships out, they swap in the cheaper parts. Like you think you're getting high-end suspension, big brake rotors, strong controller, quality battery cells, but you'll actually receive off-brand forks, weak brakes, smaller controller, and a battery that sags like crazy. And then when you message them, yo, this isn't the same bike from the photos, they'll hit you with the classic, friend, it's just the same, just a small update. Bro, you changed the entire bike. Okay, now this part is the most important part of the video, because the biggest danger with Alibaba dirt bikes is not the frame, not the motor, and not even the controller. It's the battery. The vast majority of people focus on range, speed, and power, but a sketchy battery is one that can go from fun to disaster instantly. Here's what could happen with low quality battery builds: weak BMS protection, cheap cells, poor insulation, bad spot welds, thin nickel strips, chargers that overheat, wiring that melts, and the worst case scenario, the battery overheats and you get a thermal runaway situation. And that's not like, that's like your garage is on fire, your house is on fire, and your bike is a burning brick. So when you're buying a bike on Alibaba, you're not just gambling money, you're gambling safety. Now let's talk about warranty, because this is another thing that nobody realizes until it's too late. A lot of listings will say 1-year warranty, 2-year warranty, but here's what this usually means in real life. If something breaks, you message them, they respond 2 or 3 days later, then they ask for 40 photos, 10 videos, your order number, your shipping label, your blood type, and then when you finally prove that something is broken, they'll offer you something like $50 refund, or they say, we can send part, you pay shipping. And shipping a heavy part internationally can be crazy expensive. Probably more expensive than the crappy bike you bought in the first place. Or even worse, they ghost you. If you buy one of these bikes, you need to understand you're basically your own mechanic and you're your own customer service. Next problem, shipping. These bikes are heavy and they travel far. So sometimes they show up with bent rotors, cracked plastics, messed up wiring, scratched frames, and if you didn't record the unboxing, good luck proving it. Another thing people forget is the price you see on Alibaba is not the final price. You'll get hit with important duties, taxes, port fees, delivery fees, so that $2,800 deal can turn to something like $3,500 or $4,000 real quick. Now look, I know some of you are still going to buy it anyway, so if you're gonna do it, at least do it the smart way. Then you're least likely to have your house burnt to a crisp. Step 1. Avoid random sellers. Try to buy from verified sellers, sellers with years active, real factory photos, and real reviews. If it's some brand new account with zero history, that's already a red flag. Step 2. Ask for real proof. Before you pay, ask for real photos of the exact bike you'll receive, battery label photos, controller label photos, charger label photos, packaging and crate photos. Y'all, at this point, it's so much easier and probably cheaper to just buy one from the factory. And if they refuse or keep sending the stock bike photos, run. Step 3, ask what cells are in the battery. If they can't tell you what's inside, that's not a small detail. That's the entire bike. Step 4, pay with trade assurance only. Do not pay off platform. Do not risk random bank transfers. If they say, friend, pay outside for discount, that's how people get robbed. Step 5, record the unboxing. When it arrives, record everything. Because if something's broken, you'll need proof immediately. So here's my honest opinion. Alibaba electric dirt bikes are for people who know what they're doing, understand risk, and don't expect brand level support. If you're a beginner or you want something you can just ride with zero stress, you're better off buying a bike from the actual brand with real part support. Because the biggest thing is not performance, it's peace of mind. So yeah, Alibaba has some insane deals, but the dark secret is you're not buying a bike you think you are. You're buying a supplier's version of the bike with random parts, random quality control, and random support. So if you're still, after all this, considering buying a bike off Alibaba, I can't tell you to not do it, so I can only offer you this one piece of advice. Don't look at the price, look at the risk. You guys like how mysterious and scary I am? Oh my god. Look at my eye. Ooh. So if this helped you, make sure to drop a comment down below and like the video. If you bought a bike off Alibaba, tell your story in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I know you think my video was over here, but there's one more thing I want to touch on because I know you will all have questions. What about those content creators like Zeekster who bought their bike off Alibaba and it's perfectly fine? And to that, I'll leave you with one simple answer. They just got lucky. Either they know the shipper personally or followed all the tips that I'm telling you right here and got the 1% certainty of actually getting the bike you ordered. Anyway, now the video's over. Let's go!